Good morning. This is Pastor Doug. Last Sunday, we continued our Origin series by looking at the terrible result of sin that occurred in the garden. When Eve and Adam took of that forbidden fruit and ate, all sorts of things were unleashed into the world. There was a sense of the disruption of the perfect harmony that God had created, the relationship between God and man. There was a break in that relationship as the man was now hiding in shame and in guilt. There was a break in the relationship between the man and the woman, the one flesh relationship, where now it's that woman you gave me. It's her fault. She's the one who is to blame. Not I won't take responsibility myself. Boy, we can see those kind of words and those accusations occurring today in our own lives as we blame others for the things that we've done. Even all of creation really suffered disharmony as a result of sin. And the New Testament talks about the creation is groaning, waiting to be restored, waiting to be redeemed from the state that it's in. Tragically, we see a result of that broken creation even this week with the earthquake in Turkey and in Syria. And over 11,000 people so far documented have lost their life in that terrible suffering there. At the same time, we see that there's mercy, and therefore there's hope in the midst of this broken world. That God came looking for man. He searches to restore relationship. God clothed Adam and Eve. He cared for their deep needs. And we looked at really the cross as we celebrated communion. It's at the cross where God's justice and his mercy come together. That God took on the curse for himself. That there's no condemnation for those who are now in Christ Jesus. How can we be agents of mercy? We have received mercy from God through Christ. How can we be agents of mercy today, this week, in our lives, in our neighborhood, in our workplaces, even among our families? This Sunday, we look at the story of Noah and the flood. Not so much a cute little story about animals marching two by two. It's a story of really the extent of sin when it kind of runs its course, that it corrupts literally everything. And so in the flood, there's a cleansing, there's a work that God does to start over again through a man and his family, Noah, who is a righteous man, who is blameless in all his ways, who walked faithfully with God. Again, in a world where there's a lot of darkness, what does it mean for us to be like Noah, walking faithfully with God, righteous and blameless in all our ways? A lot to think about. We'll see you on Sunday.